Hello, welcome back. I'm Nathan Mills. I'm your teacher, and this is ESL 101 speaking, and we're ready to jump into topic number 4, aren't we? All right. So, before we really get into the topic, I need to remind you of something. Yes. What do I expect from you? I expect you to give your best, to work hard, and to pass the course, you need at least 70%. And to pass the level 1, you need an average of 80% over all of your courses. That's grammar, reading, writing, listening, and speaking, right? You can do that. I know you're good students and you're gonna work hard. You're not gonna aim for 70, you're gonna aim high, over 90%. Is that right? Sure it is. Okay, so according to our schedule, we're gonna be looking at stress in longer words, all right? Why do I say longer words? Well, last topic was just stress in words, and we looked at shorter words, usually words with 2 syllables. So let's review that just for a moment. So what did we do for the last topic? Well, we looked at compound nouns, for example, and we learned that in compound nouns, 2 nouns, a noun with 2 parts, really, 2 nouns together, you're gonna stress the first part. Doesn't matter if they're connected as 1 word, or if they're 2 words, like air conditioning, you're gonna stress the first part, air conditioning. Right? And then we looked at, well, I told you the trivia, a fact that 90% of words in English with 2 syllables, you stress the first syllable. But it's important to know what are the other 10%? And we looked at some of those. For example, compound adverbs, downtown, outside, underneath, right? Overhead. You're gonna stress the second syllable, all right? So compound adverbs are in that 10% group, all right? And we looked at some other examples, but also I pointed out that don't confuse a noun phrase, which is an adjective and a noun together, with a compound noun. Right? They're 2 different things grammatically, so they're also different when it comes to pronunciation. All right? So that's what we did recently, and that's gonna connect with what we're doing now. We're just gonna be looking at words with more syllables, but it's gonna be systematic, it's gonna follow patterns and rules. So if you can learn these patterns, you can be confident that you'll speak clearly and accurately, right? Okay, all right, don't forget, the purpose of these slides is to summarize the points, all right? But there are other exercises in your textbook that you could do. I encourage you to do that. Successful students go beyond, did someone say minimal expectation? Good, they got it. They go beyond the minimal expectation. There's no maximum expectation. There's no ceiling. You can just keep working as hard as you can, all right, until you've got it. I'm sure you will do that, for me. Okay, even though this course is separate from ESL 101 listening, they're still connected, as you have realized, because many of the assignments, all right, connect the 2 courses together, so don't forget that. And this topic is no different, all right? So, topic 4, stress in longer words. You're gonna learn to use suffixes to predict word stress. We're gonna look at several different suffixes. Suffixes for adjectives, verbs, nouns, and we're gonna see how you can predict where the stress is. Now, these are words you're gonna see in your academic coursework. Doesn't matter if it's science, business, some other technical coursework. These are academic words. They're going to be very common. So this is going to be very helpful for you, all right, in your academic coursework when you're into your major, especially. All right, let's look at an introduction to suffixes and stress. Another way to predict stress is to look at the suffix or word endings, right? However, some suffixes do not affect stress, such as meant and able and When you add those suffixes to a word, the stress doesn't change. For example, let's take the word here, achieve. Achieve. The stress is on the second syllable, isn't it? Achieve. However, let's change it to a noun. Does it change? No, it doesn't. Achievement. Achievement. The stress is still on achieve. So meant is not that important. It's not. You don't have to worry about this suffix because it doesn't change the stress pattern. But others do, and those are the ones we're going to study for this topic, the ones that do change the stress pattern. All right, we're going to cover some of those, the most common ones. Okay, now let's continue. When the stress moves from one syllable to another, all right, so for example, when we add a suffix and it changes the stress pattern, the vowel that is newly unstressed, that means it was stressed before but not stressed now, it could change its sound to the schwa, which is So yes, we have a special sound for this vowel called schwa, right? And this vowel sound is probably the most important vowel sound in English, especially when you're dealing with words with suffixes, words with many syllables, because many of the unstressed syllables are going to have this sound All right, so you're going to realize how important this vowel sound is. I bet that all the technical vocabulary that you're going to see, 50% of the vowels are only That's it. It's the stressed syllable that's going to be very clear, probably have a different vowel sound. Let's look at some examples, okay, so I can try to illustrate this for you. In the first column, I have some simple words, all right, they don't use schwa, but when we see the same spelling in these other words that are unstressed, you're going to hear how the schwa comes in. Right? So let me read these for you. Now, you can go to, you can open the attachment and hear another native speaker voice, that's good. For later, it's good to have a second voice, right? But I'll read these for you now. Band, man, spa, ad, table. All right? Now, let's read the other one. Husband. Did you hear that? Husband, bun, but not band. It's not husband like the first one. It's husband. So even though it's the same spelling, because it's unstressed, we use the schwa. And bun. Husband. Husband. Huz is the stress part. Woman. Woman. It's not woman, it's woman. It was man here, but it's mun over there, woman. Spa. But when we use the same spelling in this word here for food, makes me hungry. Spaghetti. Spaghetti, because the stress is in the get. Not spa, but spaghetti. It's a schwa sound. Ad, which is short for advertising. But when you use the same spelling in this word, it's now advice. Advice. Not ad, but advice. So you notice how it doesn't matter, it's the same spelling in English. You can change a vowel sound depending whether it's stressed or unstressed. The last one, table. Table. If I use the same spelling in this other word, it then becomes schwa. Vegetable. Table. Not table, but table. Vegetable. Vegetable. Okay? So, we're going to finish here, but you have an assignment to do. Page 71, we're not going to talk about it, but you can go to the end of the slides and check the answer key. Okay? All right, I'll see you in the next clip. Take care.